Hello, everybody. My name is Birdie T, and I am back on YouTube with another episode of everyone's least favorite, most favorite show. Is it good? And today we are going to be rejuvenating the format a little bit. We're going to be adding some new segments, maybe add some more insight into the movie. But it's going to be a little hard because they were reviewing Brand New Day, and I don't want to spoil it. So, just so you know, this is a spoiler free review. Uh, and I'll tell you when the spoilers will come so you can click off if you want. But otherwise, today we're going to be reviewing Spider Man Brand New Day, going through a couple things that I thought I liked about it, some I probably didn't, and finally ask the question, is it good? So let's go. Yeah, it's actually a really good movie. But that's not all I have to say. It's not a perfect movie by any means, obviously, but it does so many things right. It's very close to being a perfect movie. First of all, the acting is impeccable from every single person in this film. Usually there's like one or two that stand out as being okay, but no, everyone in this movie is actually very good. With special shout outs to Sadie Sink and Tom Holland and Zendaya. And actually, John Bernthal as Punisher, he's freaking hilarious and I think deserves his flowers for his role as Punisher in this movie. The visuals in this movie are actually very, very good as well. The costume design and all the set pieces, they make so much sense to the plot and it makes the film feel super alive, which if you've seen my Man of Steel video, you know I do like. When I read the Wikipedia page, I didn't expect, well, it said it was one of the more mature Spider-Man movies, so I didn't think it was going to have a lot of humor in it. But no, there's actually a lot of funny moments in this movie because, the people who wrote this movie, I'm not going to try and guess who wrote this movie because I don't know. Someone got me on that on my Man of Steel video. The people who wrote this movie did a fantastic job, and all the line delivery actually just ups the writing by like 10x. It's amazing. Now, I expected a little bit something different from No Way Home and Far From Home because it's a different director. If you don't know, this movie was directed by Dustin Daniel Cretton or Daniel Dustin Cretton. I don't know which one it is. I got it wrong twice. It's Destin Daniel Cretton. Thanks for that. Also, No Way Home and Far From Home and Homecoming were directed by John Watts. So I expected a little bit of a different, like a little bit of a disconnect between those two films. But actually, no, this one actually connects really well with No Way Home. And I really appreciate that as a Marvel fan. One thing I will say about the movie is that Jean Grey and William Metzger are really the only two villains that get to shine in the film. All of the other villains that Superman destroys don't really get as much time to shine in the film. And as a Marvel fan, I really think they should have been like spotlighted a little bit more. But it's fine, honestly. Scorpion should have got a little bit more time to shine. I think he was actually really well cast and really well played in the moments he was in. So that's it for my overall review, and so we're gonna rank it on the is it good meter. Overall, a fantastic film, one of the best films I've seen in theaters, definitely. And so I'm going to give it obviously a very good on the is it good meter, but we're not quite done yet. For a while, I've been reading Rotten Tomatoes scores, and it's been very simple. If it's high, it's a good movie. It's low, it's probably a bad movie. But every time I see like a movie that is so highly praised like this, or Project Hail Mary, or One Battle After Another, or Sinners, they never have a full 100. And if I see a movie that's really bad, like The Last Airbender, it never has a full 0. So today, I want to read bad reviews for Spider Man Brand New Day. And I'm going to go over which arguments I think are valid, which arguments I think aren't. And we're just going to have some unscripted fun reading some bad reviews. Yes, you heard that right. Unscripted. I have not read any of these in advance. So this could go very, very badly wrong. But let's have some fun. So here we are on the Spider-Man Brand New Day Rotten Tomatoes site, and we're going to go over and click for the critic reviews. Let's see what these bad critic reviews have to say. We have our hero partnering with the most infamously racist police force in the country while relying on AI, facial recognition software, and mass surveillance to save the day. Spider-Man. Fascist Spectre. Oh, that's freaking hilarious. Yeah, he does rely a lot on technology, but that's Marvel. This is Have you not seen what Iron Man does in any of the Spider-Man films? It is very, 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 very tech-based. And this is a thing that I saw a little bit was that people were happy that he doesn't have his what do I call these? Like artificial web shooters. There we go. He doesn't have his artificial web shooters. And now Andrew Garfield is the only one that has those. And I saw a lot of people happy for that. I don't mind it, honestly. I didn't mind the artificial web shooter. If you're complaining about tech, you've never watched a Marvel film. So I don't like that. All right, let's find more. I don't suspect we're going to find a lot, but the film can't resist falling back into the same old MCU habits. I can see that. I can see why people would see that and say, oh, it's just another MCU film. I totally understand that. Piling on universe building, oversized threats, and unnecessary connections until the heart of the story gets buried. I don't personally think the story gets buried at all. I actually think they actually separate the story and the connections pretty well. Even with like Yelena in there, which I actually liked the cameo from Yelena. It's a very good connection with this new brand of Avengers. But yeah, Louis Moore, valid argument. It's a complete tonal shift from other light-hearted, fun Spidey flicks, and now we have a downer story where he's off his game, clumsy, and his head and heart aren't in it in the same way. And that seems to be the feel of the movie. Yeah, that's a good thing. I saw actually a lot of people really, really like this down to earth part of Spider-Man. It actually, I think, suits this director better actually. And by the way, it's written by this, I looked it up after I filmed all that. It's written by the same people as No Way Home and I think all the other Spider-Man movies, and they do great writing these films. It is a definite complete tonal shift. That you are correct there, but I actually really like it. But I can see why some people wouldn't like it. Because it's a Spider-Man film, some people are gonna expect it to be like fun and lighthearted. Totally understand, Paul. On to the next bad review. There's an unwritten rule in superhero movies. The film is only as good as the villain. Is that true? Is that why Man of Steel was pretty good? If that's true, Spider-Man Rainy Day is a thoroughly mediocre film. Okay, so he's saying the villains don't get enough time to shine, which is something I said, and I completely agree with. The villains should have gotten a little bit more time. Alejandro, a valid argument. Spider-Man Brand New Day feels like a busy yet uneventful Monday. Uneventful? No, actually. There are several events I feel like happened in this film. It's definitely a busy film, absolutely, but uneventful? Brother, what? Brand New Day is missing something essential by spotlighting the fracturing of our core trio. The film makes us wallow it out. There's so much heartbreak, we lose the heart. Heartbreak can make a film seem more deep, and that's exactly what I think it does in this film. I actually see why people wouldn't like the Spider-Man is forgotten by everyone thing. I can see why people wouldn't like that, but honestly, I don't hate it. Brand New Day, it does by spotlighting the fracturing of our core trio. It doesn't though. It spotlights it a couple times, but it's not the overall focus of the film. The overall focus of the film is Jean Grey and damage control. It's not the fracturing of our core trio. Brand New Day offers some excellent character-based work. I absolutely agree. But the unfortunate needs of the superhero spectacle easily swamp the best things the movie has to offer. No, it doesn't. Honestly, the spectacle, I think, makes it better. Like, it's a big film, and I do like that it's a much bigger film. Of course, it's never going to be bigger than No Way Home. That was a huge film. But, like, it's a little bit less than No Way Home, and I think it actually, this is my hot take. I think this film is a little bit better than No Way Home. I will say that. Okay, I love this one from Dana. With great power comes great abs. Okay, that's good. That's good. Um, I can't really poke criticisms here, because it's not really a review. Let's keep going. This issue with Brand New Days pile up quickly, despite some of the best aspects of the character finally peeking through. Yep. Well, this sure is to be the buzziest movie in some time. Marvel still continues to struggle. The last three theatrically released movies have been Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and Spider-Man: Brand New Day. And all three have gotten over a 90% on this site, have been really well received by both critics and audiences, and have been financial successes. So I wouldn't say they continue to struggle. I would say they continue to catapult themselves forward. A franchise that used to feel fun now just feels tired and bummed out. The quest to make us take this series more seriously has spun out all of its joy. What? Makes all now just feels tired. Oh, okay. This franchise that used to feel fun now just feels tired and bummed out. Bummed out. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it is a very grounded story, and I can see why some people wouldn't like it. Again, I said this before. It's a Spider-Man movie. Some people are gonna think it's a little bit more lighthearted when it's not. But here, I have a thing. If you watch the trailer, you would know that it's not a lighthearted movie at all. Like, it is very much a deeper movie than people would think from this. What it really needed was a filmmaker with the drive to deliver a movie that lives up to the promise of its title. Cretin ultimately chooses not to rock the boat. Maybe somebody ought to do just that. Um, he made this. Dustin made Shang-Chi. So I don't think you could say that it needed a filmmaker with a drive to deliver the movie that lives up to the promise of its title. This movie absolutely delivered on the promise of its title, and so did Spider-Man. So if you did it once, why not do it twice? All right, let's do two more, if I can find two more. The film gives brilliant. Yeah, fair enough. Those who have been breathlessly following the Spider-Verse for decades will doubtless be thrilled by it, but those who check in only occasionally may be left scratching their heads and yawning. No way. No one that has watched No Way Home will understand why this movie is so grounded. That's crazy. It wallows in angst and stress, but has no psychological depth. Sticking to bromides like you're special and be yourself, that's not a bad thing. Being somber is a lot easier than being serious. I think it's actually both. It's very somber in the fact that it's um the whole Spider-Man is forgotten by everyone thing in the scene with Zendaya and him, or MJ and him. Keep calling her Zendaya, whatever. Um, and I think it is serious in the Sadie St. Jean Grey timeline. I think all of this is very grounded and very deep and mature for a Spider-Man film. Let's do one more. Not much of the movie feels fresh. The people said that about Supergirl as well. Anyone attending this 145-minute exercise in a stroll down memory lane needs to have some foundational knowledge about the MCU. Yeah, it's for Marvel fans and MCU fans. So this is a problem I see a lot, is that people do not understand that a movie is made for a specific fan base. Yeah, this movie is made for Spider-Man fans and Marvel fans and MCU fans. So why not have it be like that? Why not have it be, because it is a follow-up to No Way Home, and so fans of the MCU would know No Way Home. Also, fans of Spider-Man would know No Way Home, because No Way Home was one of the biggest Spider-Man movies of all time. So yeah, absolutely, you do need foundational knowledge about the MCU because it's an MCU movie. You have to know what's happening in the cinematic universe to know what the movie's about. But if you watch the trailer, you would actually probably know. I think a lot more. So that was reading bad reviews. A thing I might actually spin off into its own series, but you never know. I might just keep it part of Is It Good? And we will see. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to subscribe and like, go ahead. Uh if Go ahead and leave a comment with maybe something I got wrong, maybe something you want me to do next, maybe some good reviews you want me to read. I would love to do any video on any movie, on anything really. But with that, I will see you in the next one.